organizations face when facing digital transformation and the volatility is really not having a clear vision, a future state. Getting the organization aligned as to what that future state and that vision is, and part of that is really answering the why. Why is this transformation benefiting the business? Why are we about to go down the journey and the path that we're going down? And by answering that question, it really does align the organization. It helps with the culture of the transformation. Those that are involved, they can rally around it. And really what you're looking for is the ability to successfully execute all phases of the transformation. The other is making sense of it all. There's so much technology, there's so many solutions, there's so many things out there that create a lot of confusion. And I often say that as much as technology was meant to simplify our lives, it's created a lot of complexity. So having a strong vision, a future state in mind, and alignment across the organization, it allows you to skate where the puck is going to be as opposed to where it currently is. And that just makes a huge difference in the transformation in itself and allows you to achieve some of the benefits that you set as an objective at the beginning of the transformation. The third is really organizational change management. And what you're really trying to do here is avoid failing when you succeed. So there's so many organizations that go through a transformation, implement change. The business benefit is realized, but at the same time, the organization itself hasn't really adopted much of the change. So the people part of it is often left out. And that's just so important in any transformation. It's important to bring the people along, ensure there's alignment, there's champions of change. All of that really comes together and really ensures a truly successful transformation at the end of the day. Because this has to carry on, through generations of the workforce. And having that as a foundation is critical in any transformation or any change, really. And the fourth is planning and execution. This gets a little tactical, but you always have to have a great plan, and you have to be able to execute that plan. So creating something that's actionable, that actually makes sense, that's achievable is so important. Setting those objectives, those goals that the team can really rally around, right, and support, and they feel a sense of accomplishment. And the ability to succeed is just so critical. So, and then of course the execution, the proper management, etc., the recognition. Again, this goes back to the people part. Creating this sense of belonging, ownership, and then recognizing that, it goes a long way. Our approach is really around thinking beyond the tech to start. Most of our customers are not technology organizations. So they're professional services organizations, healthcare, financial services, manufacturers, etc. So we really start with the customer. And then we go beyond that, the customer of the customer. Right? There's actual end users of the systems or the implementation or transformation that we're achieving. There's a student experience or students, there's patients, there's customers of customers. Really understanding all of that is critical in starting any technology strategy. And it really helps us understand the purpose of the transformation and the technology that we're about to implement and think about. And by being able to do that effectively, then it really sets the platform, it sets the stage for our next stage of thinking and how we move more into the industry and the business, and really understanding the industry trends, the business itself, what is their mission, their vision, what are they trying to achieve as an organization, where are they going, and by being able to do that, it really helps us understand the technology capability and the enabling factors that we could bring to the table, and then you can really move to the technology strategy. And really what this is by understanding all those components, those pieces, you're able to put something together that really makes sense. And given the fact that technology is really about empowering and enabling the organization, if you're able to really think about all the emerging technology, leading, bleeding, your current state, et cetera, align it with all the things that I just mentioned, all the way from, who is the customer, who's the customer of the customer, to the business, to the industry, to the competitive landscape, et cetera. By putting all that together, you're able to really think through a plan that's really right size, right fit. And I think that's so important. There's so much out there, and not everyone needs to be a Porsche, not everyone needs to be a Beetle. So there's a technology strategy that is relevant for the organization, not only where they're at today, but where they want to go. So all of that has to be with purpose. The idea is not to just implement technology for the sake of technology. It's really to implement technology for the sake of the business. And what is it trying to achieve? And in some cases, by being able to connect with the business and get immersed and engaged, we start to think about the customer of the customer. And that's really important when designing and implementing systems. So with so much coming at us, managing, the team, expectations, customers, et cetera, especially in these times, there's so much going on, so much uncertainty, volatility. First and foremost, I think it's so important to just take a deep breath, right? There's so much going on. A lot of objectives out there. The organization has objectives. Your bosses, customers, everyone has expectations. Your team has expectations. Again, there's priorities, often, those are changing, so there's competing priorities, et cetera. Sometimes there's just chaos and chaos all around you. And I think this is where, the art and the science come into it. And by the art, I mean, not only do you really have to understand the transformation that you're about to embark on, but really the journey, and really understanding the journey is critical. Really taking stock of what you're personally capable of. Where are your limits, and challenging yourself beyond those limits. Same with the team. What's the team capable of? What are the skills, the capabilities? How are they feeling? All of these things come into play, and then that comes into, okay, where's the organization? Where's the organization at? What's their ability to adopt change, to facilitate change, to be the champion of change, and really, thinking through all of that, truly allows you the ability to, set objectives, create a culture of mentorship, a sense of belonging, so that people really have a purpose, and it's for, purpose on purpose. And I think that's so important. And I just learned that from, one of our customers, where I think it's just so important to really, think about what you do, and do it meaningful in a meaningful way. And you do truly get, the results, and it does really around the team. And what it does in addition is it creates, a broader team that is kind of thinking this way, right? And it's a lot easier, and it's much more effective, not to manage just me, or, as a manager, to kind of sit in the office and do whatever I'm doing, but to create, a team of individuals that can really manage downwards, and then it's contagious. And I think that's just so important to be able to effectively do that. It just creates not only a better experience, but a better outcome. And that's just, again, so important. And the other critical thing there is it does allow you to set really challenging goals and objectives. In doing so, you're able to, kind of energize the team. They're up against a David and Goliath in some cases, and sometimes we want to be the Goliath, but you can't be the Goliath without being the David. And I think that's just, again, part of who we are as people, and we like challenges, and when we're able to achieve, we feel like we've personally gone to new heights. And not only is it we do it alone, but when you do it with a team for the greater purpose, it's just so rewarding.